probably going back 10, 12 years ago, that there was concern from the guest point of view. You know, what if I pick up this bottle of wine and I hold it for 15 seconds and put it back? Do I automatically get charged? But a lot has changed from a technology point of view in that time frame.
Yeah, look, it's what we call a momentary pickup. So you pick something up and you put it back. Now, effectively, you set, as a hotel operator, you say, well, I'll give 10 seconds as a momentary pickup. Pick it up, have a look at it, go, I'm not interested, put it back. Doesn't get billed to the room, but notifies the minibar attendant to go and check to make sure that it hasn't been pilfered with, you know, cat broken and tea put in rather than whiskey. Happens. Yep. After 10 seconds, it's actually classed as a transaction. Okay, so it automatically gets billed to the guest portfolio through the PMS interface. Now, that only really comes to effect when the guest checks out.
Yep.
So if the guest is staying for 2 or 3 days, the minibar attendant knows to go back to that room and can actually see if something's been transactions happened. So you're only really going to get that scenario where the guest checks out and they're billed for something that they haven't actually consumed if it's happened between when it was last refilled and when the guest checks out, which is invariably a fairly short period of time. So again, it's understanding the system and understanding the psychology of how people work that it really isn't as big a problem as people make out. We're all in the service industry, and we all know that the guest is king. And even with an automatic minibar system, when the guest checks out, if there is a dispute at checkout, then the hotel will of course side on the side of the guest.
Yeah.
And you will have to write off some product. The thing being is we're not eliminating it, we're just reducing it, and we're reducing it considerably. There have been hotels where if you actually sit down a food and beverages manager, take him away from the general manager and say, how much are you actually writing off? It'll be probably between 30 and 40% of their stock in a non-automatic minibar environment.
Yep.
Ask that same food and beverages manager once they've got a fully automated system in place,
yep,
and they reduce that to probably 1 to 5%.
Wow. Okay.
It makes that much difference.
Yep.
Now, the food and beverages manager will never say that in front of the GM, which is always a problem for us. But in realistic terms, we've got lots of information from around the world where our solution's been installed. A large gaming casino, 5,000 rooms, all running an intelligent minibar, then you'll see where these, where these cost savings really can come to the fruition, and the ROIs show themselves very quickly.
That's really interesting, Daryl.